YouTube family members, welcome back again to our YouTube channel. So if you're just tuning in, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning back. I do not take you guys for granted. Thank you so much indeed. It's been a while. Yeah, I owe you guys some explanation. Anyways, so without further ado, I don't want this video to be super long, or my introduction super long. No, so we're just going to dive into what we have for today. Today we're going to be talking about an important topic that I don't think most people even talk about, even though it do happen in most marriages, and it's a silent killer. So the topic, what we have created, what we have titled is isolation in marriage. Actually, this particular topic was not created by me. It's actually reinvented by my husband here. So yeah, if you don't know, this is my beautiful, my handsome, my pelicious, my darlinglicious. If I must say that myself, my beautiful husband. Yeah, beautiful. So please, can you introduce yourself? Tell us your name.
I'm
Tell
by
us your
name the husband. That's my name. I'm by name the husband.
All right. Okay, so he's my husband. He's actually Mr. Hosea.
Why are you telling them? If you want to know the name, go into the previous videos. You will know.
All right. Thank you so much for honoring our channel's invite today. I'm really happy. You can all see that from my face. Oh, looking glow. Are we glowing?
Yeah, I notice.
Abby.
You're becoming beautiful every day.
Abby. Hey. Oh shit. Alright guys. Yeah, so we're going to be filming today about isolation in marriage. And before we move into that, what is actually isolation? When we say isolation, what does that mean? Actually, isolation, based on the research that I have done, is basically being alone in marriage. You can actually say loneliness and being disconnected from your partner. That is what isolation actually means. Okay, but based on marriage, being disconnected from your partner means isolation in marriage. So this particular topic we're going to be sharing from our own experience. We're not just going to be talking about the research that we have done. No, we're also going to be sharing from our own experience what we have learned so far and what we are still learning. Okay, and I hope that you enjoyed this particular video. So stick till the end. Don't click out. Mba. Even if you're not married, watch this video, learn one or two things, and then share to other beloved brothers and sisters that are married as well. Abi? Alright. So yeah. So I've already given the definition of isolation. So love, before we move into the in-depth of it all, what prompted you for bringing this about this particular topic? What prompted your the idea?
Actually, what prompted me is that this word isolation is a broad topic on its own, but we just narrowed it to marriage because we know that is our institution for now that doesn't have the graduating certificate.
Yeah, you're
So,
right.
and there is isolation. Mostly, every individual, every human being have a moment of isolation,
Sure.
and it's a silent killers. But it kills more in marriage. It kills more in marriage. Why? Because marriage comprises of two people, and at that point you are meant to enjoy whatever thing that God have ordained, because God noticed this isolation right from the Bible. If you read the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 18 downward, you find out that God saw it that God sees it that a woman,
Right for a woman
a
to be
man
alone.
to stay alone. Despite all the creation, God created everything and He gave the man the right to name them one after the other. But still yet, something was missing. God noticed that something was missing.
Yeah.
So He created a helpmate for the man. And the man was happy that he have gotten somebody. But along the line, even if you read the story very well, it gets to a point that man become isolated in the Garden of Eden. Because when the sin was committed, somebody asked, when God came down, he said, it was the woman that you gave me. So at that point, there was a disconnection between the man and the woman.
Yes.
So it happens generally. As long as you're a human, there are things, it happens. But the only thing that the ability to overcome it is what matters a lot. So what prompted me was because of one experience or the other. At least we are counting years now into our relationship and as in this institution. So it has been a moment of enjoyment and a moment of challenges in one way or the other, but God has been seeing us through. But this one in particular, this isolation is something that most marriages, if not all marriages, suffer it. They face it. So we are here to, based on the little experience we have had, despite it wasn't long, but we feel that I felt that it's something that we need to, no matter how small the knowledge is, you should be able to, maybe from your own experience as an individual, as a family, because this is our family, all our subscribers, yes, your families, and always doing, you always learn one or two things as time goes on.
Yes, I would like to chip in. Like you mentioned that it's not like the thing or what prompted you as at that time that you sent the message or called me and informed me about the topic, right?
Yeah.
It was because of that longevity, but it doesn't mean that it has not been happening. It's just that we didn't know that okay, this is exactly like this is an isolation in marriage, or you understand?
Yes.
It does occur one way or the other sometimes, mostly because of miscommunication or disagreements, and all of those things all piles up, and then most especially when you don't get to figure, if you don't get to trash those things out on time, and then it begins to pile up, all those things become an issue in the long run. So okay, even as we're going on, right, I would like to say that it is important that you actually know the root cause of the isolation.
Yeah, and more especially, I want us to know this isolation. I will classify it into two aspects.
Okay.
There is a physical isolation and there is a absent-minded isolation. What I mean absent-minded, and that is the most that is the one I tag the most dangerous.
You can actually say like emotional detachment.
Emotional detachment, or emotional detachment, at the same time feeling you are with somebody but you feel as if you are not with anybody.
Yes.
That is absent-minded.
Sure.
Yes. What I mean absent-minded doesn't mean that you forget things or no.
Yeah.
I mean in your relationship as a husband and wife, you feel
you're physically present, yes, but you're not there.
You're not there, and your
wife
or your husband is talking to you. You feel what is this person doing? You are disturbing me. I don't want to even see you. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that.
Right.
So when you get to that moment, it's something that might have triggered to that moment, and if you don't tackle it, it will lead to so many things.
Sure.
Lead to so many things. There is this common saying that a small spark make a big flame. So it means that as it's starting small, if you don't quench that fire, the next thing, it may lead to something. It may lead to anxiety, from anxiety to depression, from depression the next thing you hear that some marriages have been separated, or some you hear that they are divorced. So these are the minor things that devil starts with, and before you know, it leads to a bigger something. Sure. So it's something that we felt that it should be something that we should discuss, because most marriages need things like this.
Right. All right. So we'll move forward by telling you guys the signs and also talking about it in brief. Talking about them briefly.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
So one of the signs that you should look out for in your marriage, even your relationship, if you're still dating or courting, right? One of them is feeling disconnected from your partner. Okay. Do you have anything to say pertaining to that?
Yeah. What makes you feel disconnected? That is the main thing.
For instance, right?
What makes you feel disconnected is what causes the isolation.
Yes. it is one of the signs of the
Yes.
isolation. Okay,
Yes.
so for instance, let's say you guys are having a disagreement, right? I'm just using that one as a typical example, right? Okay, let's say I just came back from work and I'm feeling stressed, tired, and then your husband also was, I mean, he was also at work, right? But he came back earlier before you, right? And then he sees that you're tired, but he feels like him too, he's also tired, and you're supposed, it's expected that you as a woman
I
supposed
should
to
take
take
responsibility
responsibility
of
of
everything.
everything in the
And
home.
you too, you feel tired. The next thing
Yes.
you feel, why this
And
man
then
is
this
not
kind of,
considerate.
yes,
The man is not
exactly,
considerate.
true. So this
And
kind of
the man
situation
too
or scenario,
will be thinking the woman is not considerate. And before you know, it becomes
it
an
becomes
issue,
an issue.
like joke,
Yes,
and becomes something big.
true. It become a
Yes.
big issue in the family, and this can lead to a disconnection between the two because they don't have an
Yes,
agreement,
at that
or
point.
yes, at that
And
point.
if it is not settled, and one thing I want us to know about this isolation, another thing is loss of peace. Well, there's one of the signs.
Yes.
The major sign is you as an individual, you will find out that you have no peace at all. Now, in that point of not having peace, two things are involved. Two things are involved that I
Okay.
understand. Number one is that you will not have courage to pray.
Right.
And if you don't pray, there is no way you will have that connection as one. And sometimes another thing is that I mentioned you will not have the courage to pray because you have lost your peace. Then another thing is that pride will come in.
Right.
Pride will come in because the person will feel maybe you are the one at fault, more especially women. The next you will feel, why should I apologize? I'm a man now, I'm in charge. So pride will not come in, and to just mean sorry and also mention out the thing that you have, you know that you did wrong. It becomes an issue just because you have that ego of being a man. So it's really a very big challenge. You lost your mind, you lost your peace, and at that period as a family, there is no way, because the scripture said that a family that pray together
Stays
stays
together.
together. And at that point, you know you are hot, the wife is
Exactly.
hot. Who is calling who to pray? Nobody. Nobody. So the whole peace will be gone. But
Yeah.
when you find solution to it, definitely you will see that everything will be the next thing will turn to joy, happiness, and
Yeah.
everybody will be happy
Right
about
now we're
it.
actually laughing about this, right? But in that situation, it's not funny.
It's
It's
not
not
funny.
funny.
It's
It's
not
not
funny.
funny. Okay, so our second point is feeling lonely when they are around. Even when your partner is around, you still feel lonely.
Yes, feeling lonely when your partner is around. That is what I tag the most dangerous. That is being absent-minded
Absent-minded.
is the most dangerous, because if that one is not fixed, it's something that can lead to, you know, maybe it can lead to harm. It can lead to harm either to yourself as a person or to your partner. Can lead to harm to you as a person or to your partner. Why did I say so? Because you are absent-minded, because you have no peace with your wife or your husband. The next thing, whatever thing your husband does, you see it as evil. Whatever thing your wife does, you see it as evil. He or she may do something extra mile just to bring that peace, to bring that relationship. But because of ego, the next thing, no, I will not be the one to apologize. She should be the one to do it. From one thing to the other, if it is not settled, the next thing, anger comes in. And when anger comes, the Bible says, your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down your throat while you are still angry.
Yeah.
From anger, you know what anger can do? It can cause a lot of harm. It can, destroy relationship of years. It can cause so many things. So that alone can cause a lot of harm to the institution called marriage. So the best thing to do is find solution around it. It may not be immediately. If you try it for the first time and you find out that the thing is not coming up, you are not getting the solution, you let it be. After a while, one or within a day or after some hours, you can bring up on. You must not start the argument again. No, I know I did this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. called names, petty names, and so on. As what you know
It's
that
actually,
your wife likes or your husband likes,
yeah.
just start, creating that scene, and the whole memory of that anger will be
Mm,
gone, and that
yeah.
is where you now start feeling, oh, I can't do without my husband, I can't do without my wife.
All right, so our next one is unable to share feelings or be heard by your partner. So, I'd
Yes,
like to say here that it is okay for you to have a disagreement, even when you're having communication or having a conversation with your partner, sharing your own opinion about things. It is okay, but I feel like there is a way that you can actually like put your point out and not feel like the person is judging you, and also being vulnerable as well, because sometimes in a relationship or in a marriage you might feel like sharing being vulnerable to your partner or sharing your vulnerability with your partner will make you feel less of yourself.
I would like you
And
to sorry, I would like you to explain that word vulnerable. Explain in what context do you feel as a married woman that you are vulnerable to your partner or
yes,
as your
like
husband?
maybe like sharing your weakness where you feel like you have gone wrong or something. For instance, let's say there are some times that in you're in a situation that you feel like there is not everybody that's supposed to know about that thing, you understand, and
It's not
you
everybody,
coming.
but your husband must know.
No, there are some people that, up till now, there are some people that
Yes.
still keep secrets
Slave for
from their
their husband.
partner. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So if they are being vulnerable, like sharing everything pertaining to them, so that why I'm saying this is that they actually most times they actually feel like their partner are going to judge them if they share how vulnerable they are at that point.
You know, what you said, you're on point. But
Mm-hmm.
in another angle, the way I see it is because when you talk about vulnerability and detachment or being emotional or not having feelings
Mm-hmm.
as a person, to me, all lies in anger and keeping of malice and grudges. These two things. When you have malice or you keep grudges, definitely you will have that emotional detachment from your partner. And from that emotional detachment, if you don't control it, another thing is that Satan will bring another temptation to cause a lot of more damage. So to me, I feel that the best way to go about it is that when you feel when you know that something has happened that will cause that mindset of being physically separated from your husband because of work or because of um, maybe there are some people that your wife will do something to you. The next thing, the best solution to do is to walk out of the environment. The problem is you walk out of the environment is good because some people that have anger issues, it's good that you walk out and come back when the every atmosphere is becoming calm. But the challenge is that as soon as you are going out, look for a solution around it. Not that you are going out that problem is gone. No, it's still there. So whenever you have that scenario, if you are such a type that have anger issues, the best thing is walk out of the scene of that moment. Then look for a way to provide solution to that problem in particular. And if you are such a person that you can control your emotion, control your angers, the best thing is silent alone is another thing. It's a very big problem solving. When you see something, the next thing, instead of you to voice out the ways make you angry, you can decide to be silent. So women will tell you, I'm talking to you. You don't want to talk back. Come on, I'm talking to you.
It's just like you keeping silent is like it's an insult to the other person that
No,
is speaking.
sometimes silent, there is wisdom in silence.
Yes, that's understood,
There is
right?
wisdom in silence
Mm,
because your partner will not judge you or whatever. Is what you
yeah,
said that will be used
use
against
against you
you.
in the court
So
of law.
so the best way is to be silent. Maybe at the end you will not look for a way to it was because of this, that is why you see me so quiet, because I was angry and I don't want anything to say anything against you. You are not just, as I told her earlier, she is my younger sister. I am her elder brother, so I can correct her as an elder brother, not only a wife.
Alright, guys, the reason why I'm turning my back and forth is because my baby is sleeping and I'm just trying to check up on her. Okay. So yeah. The next point is lack of quality time. Like I know that my husband is a person that loves and cherish quality time, right? And most times if I have gotten to the point that I also feel like I also am the type of person that loves quality time because of what you have like initiated. No, I was saying you have initiated me to loving quality time, right? So when we were dating, we always did have quality time, but when we got married, I felt like there's I think reality set in.
Yes, more hustling.
More of hustling and all of that. No more chasing around. Like I kind of that's how I felt because as at that time that we were still cutting, you're always coming to like have quality time, spend quality time with
Definitely,
me.
nah, it's a
But now
strategy of
that
winning hearts.
but now that we are married, where is all those quality time that we're supposed to be spending? It's been for me, right? I feel like okay, what I realized that see my baby is awake right now. I realized that I realized that since when we got married, we have after our honeymoon, right? Um, I know we have been going out sometimes, like or go out hanging around, but
No,
I
it's
felt
okay.
like there
It's
was a
okay.
point.
It's okay. This one doesn't supposed to be part of this discussion. We are
Why?
discussing about isolation.
Yes,
Okay, continue.
but I'm
Continue.
trying to put a point here, right?
Okay,
Sometimes this kind of thing can cause like a
and cause isolation and all.
yes, lack of quality time. When you
Yes.
feel like, oh, it's been long that we have had so much quality time. For instance, when you traveled for 2 weeks, right? It's not like it's so much long time, but I felt that was when I started thinking, oh my god, can you imagine? It's been long that we had quality time. When last did we even go on a date? When like I started thinking of so many things in my
You
head.
know. You
It's
know.
just the memories that we have had together that I was always using to refresh my brain.
The
Yeah,
the
I
the,
think
tr-
I'm.
the truth is that when you talk about quality times,
Yeah,
it's good that everything should be communicated. It's not good to keep
true,
secret. Don't
true.
assume that the other person, your partner knows
Knows.
everything, or whatever action that you are taking, you assume that the person will understand.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's good to communicate at all times. Communicate at all times. So, from what she's saying, from the experience that we had, I traveled for just 2 weeks. It's not just even me. I felt pain. Sorry, our
Our
baby
princess is
is
there.
coming. She's awake. So it was a very big moment, very very big moment. So when I traveled out, a day before I traveled, I went to somewhere that I spent a day plus, and I came back. So when I came back, I talked to my wife. The next day, I saw her frowning. I saw that my wife was frowning. I said, "What happened? What did I do to you?" She could not tell me anything. She could not say anything. So the next thing I say, okay, if that is the case, I thought me, I'm somebody that I'm so jovial, I create scene of laughing and things like that. So I do all my possible best to make
To
her
use
laugh,
that to
to
make
entice
you.
her, to make her. Oh yeah, she continued being fun. Okay. The following day, I told her, "Oh, I'm going, you know." She said, "Okay, you can go now." I said, "I know that you can go now. There is something still hidden." So I do all I could. She could not. And where I was going is very, very important. I know it's not important than my family, but it's something that was tying me down somewhere. So I have to just go and find solution to it. So along the line, when I went after 2 days, this one we are communicating, but I never brought that issue. And I
Yeah.
asked my wife, why were you angry? Why were you frowning? She said she was angry of what I said. What is it that I said? She said she cannot remember. But the only thing I deduced from what she was, I feel that yes, she know that I will not be around, and she's feeling, yeah, my husband will not be around and I'm alone, stuff like that. So it becomes really a challenge. Even me, I was feeling that pain. My dear, my people, it wasn't funny. Every day I call, we do video call, but it was not satisfying. I
Yeah.
have to tell where I was telling them, I need to go back. I'm missing my family. I need to go back. I'm missing my family. To the glory of God, the day I came back, this was our little angel. She just looked me.
She,
She looked me. She looked.
so like,
She
is this
looked.
my
You
daddy?
see my
Where
daddy.
have you
Where have
been?
you been for all this while? And this somebody that she doesn't leave. She always
She's
like
so attached to
attached
her
to me.
daddy.
So I was feeling her. She even fall sick. She
Yeah,
fall
she
sick
did.
within. So when I came back, it became so touching. So when when she discovered that yes, the daddy is back, ha, the mother we have to. She do all means to be able to take care. The young man, the young lady did not agree. She have to stay with her daddy all through, and that is how the trouble has been. And we thank God she's recovering, and I'm happy that I'm with my family, enjoying ourselves with the
Yeah.
little resources God have given us.
We thank
So
God.
I give God the glory. So isolation generally is for small issues that becomes very big
Yes.
issues. So
And one of them as well is
it's better you
communication
solve it.
issues.
When you solve that problem, you will enjoy your marriage and you will live as if you grow younger every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because when there are no issues, when you don't have grudges against your spouse, you will grow young every day. Because when you have a lot of things thinking and putting things in your mind, you look like old mama or duma. You look older than your age. So it's good that you keep all things away. We have little life to spend on this earth.
True.
The little one that God has given you, make meaningful impact in your family. And before
Right.
you know, is what will keep them. It may be you that may go first or your wife. That memory that you have created in both of you will
Hmm.
keep you going. That is why some people will marry and they will tell you when one of them is not there due to death, the other one will say, I will not marry because I will not get a partner like the one I had.
Yeah.
Just because of that memory, that feelings and all things. So the best thing to do is create that memory when you still have time, when you still have a moment to do, because life is short and it's what you impacted in another person that will tell of you when you are no more there.
True. Thank you. It seems like we are even summarizing it, but
Yes.
what I'm going to do now is just to list out why people are feeling lonely in marriage. Okay, I'm just going to list them out, and then we'll just talk bits and bits
Okay.
of about
Or
them.
can we maybe to me maybe we'll make a part two of this video so that it doesn't
Well,
fall
that's true, but there are some people that don't like part two. They just want to watch everything all at once.
really.
Yeah.
That makes you a patient person as a married person. So to me, I feel that we should make it a part two. But
Okay.
nevertheless, I don't know what to say.
Let's just make everything all at
All
once and
right,
just
all right.
rest and yeah. So okay, so I'm going to list these things out, right? Why people are lonely in marriage. One of them is unrealistic expectation. The second is comparison with social media. We all know about social media. Then overwhelming work and family responsibility, which is like a huge aspect of this isolation, missing connection and intimacy, and then lack of vulnerability. These are what um these are reasons why people feel isolated in marriage. She's trying to remove the mic.
Yes, you want to talk.
To talk what now? Goodness. Okay, so if I should give you, oh yeah, say one or two things.
Say hi
Say
to the people.
hello. Say hello.
All right, from what she have mentioned so far, we cannot provide solution to every problem that you are facing in your marriage. But the only thing I want you to know is that whatever thing that you are facing or whatever challenge you have a unique way of solving it. We are just trying to make giving you a hint of what may lead to all these divorce we are seeing. Social media that she
Yeah,
mentioned, any small thing, you carry your marriage, you carry your family matter to social media and be talking about it.
they will
This
help
one,
you
that
to
one.
analyze it
The
for
truth
you.
is that the advice that some may give you good one, some may end up giving you the bad one that will
Right.
create more problem to you. So to me, I social media should not be part of your marriage. Keep it
True.
as out of it. You can go there and do whatever you want to do, but don't carry your marriage, compare yourself with other people or your neighbors and things. Your marriage is different from any other person. You cannot, don't think that what worked for Mr. A may work for you.
True.
You should create your own history. Marriage, in your own marriage, create your own history. I always tell my wife that I will be the best husband in the whole world. I'll
And
be
I'll
the
be the
husband.
best wife
Yes.
in the
So
whole wide world.
when you are making your effort to be the best husband or to be the best wife, that alone will make you being conscious of your partner, so that you do the right thing at the right time at the right place. So keeping secret and malice and grudges is never part of. It should not be part of your relationship as husbands and wife.
All right, so thank you so much. I would like to say here that I think one of the most important thing is communicating your
Yeah.
feelings and sharing your experience. Whenever you feel like you're being isolated or you're feeling lonely, you're supposed to communicate all of them to your partner. Share it with him or her.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and when my wife talk about communication, what is meant is that it may not be that something bad happen. No,
Yeah.
this isolation we are talking about, it may not be that your wife or your husband did anything or do something that
Maybe like
is
cheating.
cheating, or no, it may not be that he even quarreled or he said something that hurts you. Devil
Yeah.
can create many things,
Right.
can turn any good thing to a bad thing. So to me, I will tell you that the best way is that when you feel as if you don't need anybody, I need to be alone, watch out. As long as you are true, communicate it. Oh my darling, this is what I'm feeling. I don't know why I'm feeling this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm feeling this. She may prefer solution. There are some times that I even tell my wife, I feel the way I'm feeling, I don't like it.
Yeah.
My wife too, she will feel that way. She'll tell you, this is why I'm feeling. I say, don't worry. After some time, she will have to, thank you for what you did, this one and that one. So that's how it should go. We should sharpen one another. As the scripture said that iron sharpens iron. So we should continue to sharpen one another to make us a better person. So I think that is what I
Uh,
have to share and to share with our families, so that it will help us out there to build up homes instead of having a broken home. It's better you have a proper discussion to proper solution to it.
yeah. So I actually wrote down some, like you actually even mentioned, right, how you're supposed to even like talk about it, because there are sometimes that some people don't know how they're supposed to even start up the conversation. And I said, I'm not sure if this is just me going through a phase, right? But I haven't felt as connected to you as lately, and I miss you. Have you felt this way? Then
Really?
yeah, that's how the conversation is going to like start up, like
I get creating a
yes.
conversation. I thought maybe it's what you felt about me. I don't know, but I'm just making a comment.
Alright, so yes, so you have to like you
See,
can start up the conversation. Maybe you're thinking of how you're supposed to start up the conversation, you don't know how you're supposed to go about
to
it or
me, I
something.
can't suggest to you how you start off your conversation.
Yeah, no,
You
I'm
know
just
why?
giving that as an
No.
instance.
Yes. You know why I'm saying so?
Yeah.
You may have a clue of what will work for me as your husband. You as your wife, you as your husband, you know your wife better than we do.
Right.
So create whatever thing that you know that may good way to start the conversation. Start it. Some people is buying a drink or going out for a date,
Ah, yeah.
buying wine and stuff like that. That will make the conversation properly. Some people is cooking good food for the
Sweet,
wife.
and it's all a favorite, her, she or he
You
or her
depend on
favorite
what
food, or
make
taking breakfast on bed.
depend on what makes you feel comfortable. I think
Yeah.
that is how you should go about it. And the only thing we are looking for, we pray for, is have a peaceful and enjoyable home.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to use to wrap up this off, I actually have some more tips, right? But what I think the last thing I'm going to say is make don't make the house to be so tensed up. Laugh.
Is it when you do something to laugh, you laugh now? There's nothing to laugh
No,
really.
no, love, but there are some times that you're just stressed out, you're coming back from work, or there are some issues
See,
piled up in your head,
no,
and
no,
everywhere is so tensed up.
love. The truth is this. Forget. I want to make. I want to be proud here. Oh.
Now I know, now you they make person to
The truth
laugh,
is that
right?
as you have somebody that always make you laugh at every moment. Don't think that everybody is like that.
That's
You
true,
as a
but
wife, if you are the one that is more jovial, do
eh,
it.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
as a husband, if you are the one to be more jovial, do it. You as a son or a daughter, if you are the one more jovial,
But
create
love,
that scene of laughter at home.
love. Is it that I don't used to make you to laugh?
You do sometimes. Sometimes you do. You make me laugh.
Anyway, just make the place ease, laugh, joke about things, okay? Even if it is past memories, things that you guys have done in the past, like just bring it up and just laugh about it. There's nothing to be serious about sometimes, okay?
All right.
I hope that this helps. Do you have anything to say before? Because
No.
this young lady will not allow us to finish this video properly. So, you guys,
Ours is
this
just
is, yeah,
subscribe to the channel. More of this is coming your
by the
way.
grace of God, look
Right.
out for it. Yeah,
Yes. Love you guys.
we love you.
Say hi. Say bye bye.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Say mwah.
And I
Say
say
come on.
mwah,
Mwah.
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 All right, guys, we love
Say
you
bye
guys.
bye. Thank you.
Please subscribe if you have
Bye.
not subscribed already. Share this
Bye.
video, share it. All right, guys, bye. Say
Bye.
bye.